equipped to do daytime. Oh, I got a programming thing for you. Somebody sent me an email on this. I had read it. Dick Cavett, the movie channel. Dick Cavett is going to be doing a series of interviews with Mel Brooks. They will also be rerunning 7 or 8 of Cavett's old shows. Now, on those shows, and I have seen these, he'll do 90 Minutes with Groucho, 90 Minutes with Betty Davis, 90 Minutes with Hepburn, and a few others. I've had access to these. I had to get them right back, but I've seen them. The Mel Brooks thing should be hysterically funny, and the reason they did that, I don't know if Pittsburgh ever got the commercials or not, but years ago, before anybody even knew who Dick Cavett was, he and Mel Brooks did a series of commercials for Ballantine Beer where Mel played the 2,000-year-old man. And, of course, Brooks just ad-libbed all the way through these things, and you hear Cavett trying so hard not to laugh. I'd love to hear them again today because I thought they were very, very funny 30-something years ago. So that's something to look forward to.
Well, it'll be 90 minutes of Ed McMahon. That's what I want to know.
As opposed to 90 minutes of me just sitting around going, what is that ringing in my ear?
Somebody answer that phone.
Somebody answer that phone. I got a tinnitus. I haven't told it. Now, Dave Chappelle. Doesn't regret it. Chappelle, thank you.
Count the money. Count the money.
I've never seen the guy. Cosby said this guy, Stephen Fetchit. I wouldn't know.
I'm so tired of people using those old words to describe African-American buffoonery. Is there a race-based derogatory term for when Caucasians act like buffoons on TV?
Don't blame me, blame Bill Cosby. I
blame anybody who uses them. It's like, can't you think of some other way to describe it?
You're being too sensitive. Come on.
Doug, this is the country that taught me to be that way.
Excuse me. Sometimes you make too big a deal out of things when race has nothing whatsoever to do with it.
You're using the words step and fetch it, and what's the other one? I can't think of what the other one is. So how am I supposed to take that? I mean, there are other ways to describe buffoonery than using the old-fashioned, outdated terms for that. When Britney Spears acts like an idiot, what do they call her?
What do you call her?
Yeah, what do they call her that's
race-based?
What do you
call her? You call her an idiot Madonna.
Okay, so where's the racial word for that?
Well, but you're a minority, okay? So why is there a Miss Black America contest and not a Miss White America contest? If I held a Miss White America contest tomorrow, I'd be run out of this.
I'm only talking about the step and fetch it.
You want to use the racial delineation when it suits your purpose.
I would rather it not be used at all.
But it is a fact of life that it is used, and rather than get so damn sensitive to it, then get over it.
How are we going to get over it if it keeps being used?
Because sometimes it applies. That's why.
So it applies when you all want to use it. But when we don't want it used, it's not supposed to matter.
Well, when you all want to use Miss Black America, that's okay. But if we all do Miss White America, we is racist.
I don't care for beauty pageants. I don't care who's in them.
That's not the point. I am merely making an equation between the two. If you're going to criticize one pal, then for God's sake, let's criticize them both.
All I'm asking is, if Madonna acts like a certain way and Britney Spears acts a certain way, where's the race-based word to describe what they do?
Well, sometimes there is a race-based word.
I've never heard you call Madonna or Britney Spears step and fetch it. I've never heard you call them that.
You want me to call them Stephen Fetchit? They're white Stephen Fetchit.
In the interest of fairness, perhaps you should.
You feel better now? That's ridiculous.
Why is it ridiculous to call? I mean, I just don't get why when a black person acts like a fool on TV, people always have to go to step and fetch it. What? I mean, that's an even greater insult to me. If you want to call somebody a buffoon, that's fine. But what's the step and fetch it part?
Well, I've never seen the man, so I can't comment on it one way or the other. But Bill Cosby, who has forgotten more about comedy than you or I will ever know, is the one who called him the step and fetch it modern day.
And I disagree with him when he did it.
Just as I will call gangster rap modern day minstrel shows.
That's the other word, minstrel shows.
Yeah,
that's
minstrel shows. Okay, modern day way down upon a Swanee River, okay? All you are doing is perpetuating a stereotype.
I see them acting like fools, but I don't see them. I don't equate that with minstrel and
well, maybe
step and
you
fetch
don't,
it.
but just because people
I'm more insulted
doesn't
when I watch the old stuff and see them acting, see step and fetch it. I don't equate that. I just don't. I see if you want to act like a fool, act like a fool. But I'm not going to call you step and fetch it and say you're doing a minstrel show.
No offense, you're being ridiculous. Sam News Talk 1360. Back with my former friend Laurence Case. Just a cathedral. Laurence was scheduled to be with us till 6, but he's leaving now.
I'm leaving.
JT, pick him up.
See what happens when... And he would, too.
Oh,
he picked me up and then he dropped me.
He's been on the phone about 4 times during that conversation.
Boy, where's Elaine so that we can have some intense love in this room?
Listen, it's a good thing Elaine is not here right now. I'm gonna go back to this because I'm an idiot. All right, I can't help myself. I got to go back to this. All right, let's talk calmly, coolly, collected.
Have a little sit down.
Look, first of all, you're a black guy. I'm a white guy.
No kidding.
Wait, hold on a second. Let me do the Rickles line,
yes,
okay?
Please.
You're a black guy. I'm a white guy.
Yes.
I'm sorry about that. Here's what I don't understand.
Hey, we can't do nothing about it. Can't do nothing about it.
It's over. It's done.
Why don't you leave it alone?
They bleep and clip. Now, before I clip you,
which, by the way, you folks have a habit of doing.
Down through the years.
Down through the years.
All right. Let's take this from a history. I don't know how you say the man's name? Chappell. I don't care.
Doesn't matter.
All right. Well, the only thing that fascinated me about the guys who walked away from $50 million. Yeah. All right. Yeah. And he gave a speech, and I wanted to come back to that. But here's my question: if Bill Cosby, or for that matter, Doug Hoerth, all right, but let's say Cos, because Cos is the one who. I've never seen the man work. Maybe the greatest thing since Rap Gump. Cosby didn't like a lot of Eddie Murphy stuff. I think Eddie Murphy's one of the most brilliant guys. We talked about this before. But for Bill Cosby to say, or somebody to say that this guy's doing a modern-day Stephen Fetchit. For those who don't know, Stephen Fetchit played the stereotypical fool, afraid of the dark, Mantan Moreland, Willie Best, all these other guys. They made a fortune. It was the only kind of work they could get. If they weren't playing porters, which was a step up, they were playing fools, all right? No other way to look at it. Afraid of ghosts, blah, blah, blah. The racism is awful in Hollywood as it is everywhere else, blah, 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 blah.
Thank you, Mel Gibson.
Okay. That's it. He's out of here now. He's gone.
Oh, he's nuts. He's gone.
You know what this means, don't you? You know what this means. Get out! But here's my question. To say, all right, Bill Cosby says this guy's doing modern-day Stephen and Fetchit. All he's saying is that he's doing a modern-day shuck and jive, a modern-day fool, all right, playing to a modern-day stereotype as opposed to this old stereotype. Now, the Stephen Fetchit stereotype is offensive to all concerned. I've watched movies, I grimace. I'm in embarrassment at some of the stuff that's going on. But why does that particular line offend you to the degree that it does? I don't understand that. Explain it to me.
Because I think that there's a way to generically...
By the way, I'm sorry. By the way, I love this guy. I want it on the record. We're still friends. You're leaving. You're leaving. No, go ahead. I'm serious. Let's get serious. Go ahead.
No, not too serious. I mean, we let's play to our strengths. All right.
Let's get off this crap.
Yes, exactly.
I do want to get back to it. Let you finish your point.
I admit to the ears of a lot of people, it sounds like nitpicking. All right, and I admit that it is, but as an African-American male, I'm going to be more sensitive to that description. And to me, it does not matter whether it's being described by a white man, a black man, a green man. I don't care. If somebody's doing comedy in a buffoonish way, it just seems to me through watching TV, yes, we know the history of this country, and perhaps that's the reason why they do it. If somebody's acting in a buffoonish manner, fine, call them a buffoon. Call them whatever you want. Call them trash. Call it junk, garbage, whatever you want. But what irks me is when someone just tosses out Stephen Fetchit and minstrel, because it seems like the only way a black comedian or entertainer who's doing that type of humor can be described is by going backwards to grab those most offensive terms. If I don't like Dave Chappelle, and I don't watch his show, I've seen a couple of his skits. If I don't like his show, he's just a comedian that I don't find funny. But I'm not going to say, oh, he's just being Stephen Fetchit. Stephen Fetchit, to me, was the more offensive kind of comedy. And I don't equate Dave Chappelle with Stephen Fetchit.
And I would agree that Stephen Fetchit was the more offensive, never having seen Dave Chappelle. But our histories, you're a black guy, I'm a white guy, our histories are different. We come from different places.
Yes.
I can understand your sensitivities as an African-American. It's very easy for me to talk. I'm a white guy, all right? But if you are looking at a comedian who does, and from what I've gathered, he does racially based humor, and if you are looking for historical perspective, and it's racial humor, historical perspective, and you think the guy is buffoonish, who are you going to equate him to?
I've seen people of other ethnicities do the exact same stuff. Okay. Saturday Night Live does the exact same stuff. No one reaches for... Okay, go do...
I got to do news. Back in 5. Get him out of here. AM is 1360.
Quickly.